Kindergarten. So before we start our religion lesson today, let's go ahead and let's say the Lord's Prayer, the Our Father, all together, just like we do in the classroom. Please find your right hand. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. So today what we're going to be doing, we are going to be focusing on two words that I heard in the Our Father, the Lord's Prayer. We're going to be talking about the word forgive and the word trespasses. Before we do that, let's go ahead and look at our faith focus for today. That's going to tell us what we're going to be learning about. So right here I have it written out for us. It says, we seek forgiveness for doing wrong and forgive others who hurt us. So right now I want you to take a moment and I want you to think about a time that maybe you've done something wrong. That's okay. You don't have to say it out loud, but we know that there's no one who's perfect. The only one who's perfect is God. That's right. So of course we're going to do things that are wrong sometimes. That's okay. And let's also look at this part that says, forgive others who have hurt us. Ooh, that one can be tricky too. Can you think of a time when you've hurt someone else or when someone has hurt you? Kindergarten, do you remember a few weeks ago when I showed you that heart? And do you remember what I had you do with that heart? We took tacks, we took like little pins, and we went, and you didn't know that you were poking it into a heart, but you poked it into the backside and it was cardboard. And when I turned that piece of cardboard around, you saw that the heart had all of these tacks in it. And do you remember what I said? I said that when we hurt someone or when someone hurts us, it's like we get poked in the heart. It's like someone were to take one of those little tacks, one of those little needles, and they were to poke us in the heart. And then what did we have to do in order to take the tack out? If we hurt someone, what did we have to do to take that tack out? We had to say we were sorry, or we had to show that we were sorry. We talked about different ways of showing someone that we're sorry. We talked about how we could play with them, how we could do something nice for them, draw them a picture. If somebody hurts us, we want them to say they're sorry to us too, or show us that they're sorry. We want those things done for us as well. We would like it if someone asked us to play, or maybe if they drew us a picture too. And then we talked about after those tacks are all pulled out, we still have something left in our heart. We still have a hole left in our heart. Not a big hole, just a little hole. Because we still remember how it felt when somebody hurt us, when somebody hurt our feelings. And it's important for us to remember how someone else feels when we hurt their feelings. Do you remember what we call that when we understand how someone else feels? We call that empathy. When we try to understand how someone else feels, we call it empathy. And you guys had a challenge to practice empathy at school. So today we're going to see what we do after someone says they're sorry to us. After someone says they're sorry to us, we have a choice we can make. It's a pretty big choice. It's a very important choice. After somebody says that they're sorry to us, we can either choose to stay mad and stay hurt, or we can choose to forgive them. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about forgiveness. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is our feelings, because before we understand how to forgive someone, we need to understand how our feelings work. What are some of our different feelings that we have? Can you name some? We might feel happy. We might feel disgusted. We might feel excited. We might feel sad. We might feel angry. We might feel hurt. In one day, you're not going to just feel one thing. In one day, you could feel all of those things. Our whole bodies are made up of feelings. Feelings are the emotions we have when something happens to us. They're how we experience something emotionally. Those are our feelings. When we have our feelings hurt, we need to try and understand maybe why someone hurt us. Why did our feelings get hurt? And something that we understand as Christians is that we are born with the ability to sin. Do you remember what sinning is? Sinning means that we do something wrong when we know it's wrong. So if you do something wrong, but you didn't know it was wrong, that's not the same as sinning. That just means you didn't know. But once you find out that it's something that you shouldn't do and you choose to do it anyway, that's a sin. It's when we choose to do something that's wrong when we know it's wrong. So if somebody hurts our feelings and they know that they've hurt our feelings, they're sinning. So they're not only hurting us, they're also hurting God. They're hurting Him as well. So after somebody sins and they hurt our feelings, we need to figure out how to forgive them. Because kindergarten, it can be so easy sometimes to just stay mad at someone, to just stay so angry and mad and say, nope, I don't want to be around that person. Nope, I don't want to talk to that person. Nope. But kindergarten, we can't always do that, especially at school, because we are a kindergarten family and we are part of our school family. And with that, we're also part of our church family. So we see each other almost every day. And so we have to figure out how to forgive each other so that we can continue to be a family, because remember, we're there to support and love each other. So one way that we can forgive each other is take a step back. Take a big, deep breath. And it's okay for you to understand that someone's hurt you. It's okay for you to tell yourself, that person hurt me and I didn't like it. It's okay for you to go to that person and tell them, you hurt my feelings and I didn't like it. Do you remember how we practice a bug and a wish in school? So if somebody hurt my feelings, I could go to them and I could say, it bugged me when you called me a name. I really wish you wouldn't do that again. And that's a way that we can talk to someone else and we can let them know that they hurt our feelings, that they've sinned, that they've done something wrong against us even when they knew it was wrong. Another way that we can forgive somebody is that we can remember that they're also one of God's children. Remember, God doesn't love you more than He loves that other person. God doesn't love me more than He loves you. God loves us all the same because, again, we are all part of God's family. We're all together in this kindergarten. So it can be really tricky when we try to forgive someone. First, we have to understand that they've hurt our feelings and we didn't like it. Then we have to understand that they're still part of God's family and we still need to help take care of each other. Then we need to go to that person and tell them that our feelings are hurt. And then together, you and that person can talk about a solution. Maybe that person really wasn't thinking about your feelings when they said or did that thing. And then maybe they'll say they're sorry. And then together, you guys can go and find something to do together that would make you both happy. Kindergarten, the last word we're going to talk about is trespasses. That was in our prayer. That was in the Lord's Prayer, the Our Father that we said, trespasses. A trespass means kind of like what a sin is. It means that someone has done something to hurt your feelings. It means that they've done something to hurt you, just you. Maybe you wore your glasses to school one day and you thought they looked so cool and you thought they looked so awesome. But then maybe someone came up to you and they said, I don't like your glasses. I think you look silly. Ooh, that would be a trespass against me. That would hurt my feelings. It wouldn't hurt like my friend Miss Elizabeth's feelings, but it would definitely hurt my feelings because someone said that about me, to me. So again, kindergarten, we need to practice forgiveness. I have an awesome video for all of you to watch. I sent the link to your grown-ups, and I'll also put it down below with the description about what this video is. It's a story about a man named Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was kind of similar to Miss Stahler. He wasn't super tall, he did things that he wasn't supposed to do. He wasn't a very nice man. And one day he found out that Jesus was coming to his town. So Zacchaeus really wanted to meet Jesus. And you're going to see in the video exactly how Jesus treated Zacchaeus, even though he wasn't that nice of a man. All right, kindergarten, go watch your video and then make sure you do your worksheet when you're done, all right? See you guys in a little bit.